Well, boys and girls, there you go. It doesn't really get much better than that. Well, I guess it does. A 5-0 thumping win would probably do it, but we'll certainly take a 3-1 win at home. Tell you what, that everyone says, yeah, it might not be the most entertaining football in the world some of the times, but it does. What happened there was a massive, massive build-up of drama in that game. It was amazing. Now, listen, you have to apologise. I'm a little bit late. I actually had it on pause, so it's just finished for me right now. But I'm aware it probably finished 10, 15 minutes ago, something like that. But a little bit of an unexpected sort of family emergency. Nothing to worry about. Everything is cool, by the way. But thank you very much indeed. Now, listen. I was absolutely bowled over by Lucas Paqueta today. There are a lot of things to discuss. There are a lot of people to discuss, a lot of players to discuss in this game. But Lucas Paqueta, I thought we saw everything from his performance. We saw you have to add the context into this. What we've just seen today. I was surprised that he was selected. I didn't think that was going to happen at all. And then you get selected. I thought we saw nerves. I thought we saw some sort of indecision from him earlier on in the first half. There was that weird situation where he was sort of complaining about Raheem Sterling, and Chelsea, whilst he was complaining, he sort of lost concentration. Chelsea nearly scored. So at that point, I'm thinking, what's going on? Was it right to select him? Is his mind going to be on the job? Sort of understandably, so it wouldn't be. It wouldn't have been. But what a wonderful decision it was to pick him. And do you know what? It's not for me to say, but I feel like he needed that. I feel like today would have been absolutely the right thing to do to take his mind off everything that happened. And just what happened as the game went on and on and on. Lucas Paqueta grew into that game, but he finished it the hero. There was no doubt about it. By the end, he was out on his feet. He was absolutely knackered, and the way he was wasting time was brilliant. The way he was carrying the ball down to the corner, wasting time in the corner, and just at the point where you think, okay, we've wasted so much time. We might see this through to get the 2-1 win. So I have to apologize. Not normally we'll do this thing in chronological order, but it's been a bit of a mishmash for this video anyway. And you all know the result as you're watching this, and I'm going to assume the majority of you have watched the game. As it was 2-1 down, we're down to 10 men at this point, and that's all you really wanted. That ball up the other end of the pitch in the corner. And what happened was he was wasted time, wasted time, and then we managed to get a bit of an attack going, and there was a little interchange of play, really nice interchange of play between Emerson and between Paqueta, and the two former teammates, of course, from Olympic Lyonnais, and I've got to say it was a really lovely, lovely little bit of play. And in the end, Emerson sort of carried the ball across the box, and Caicedo, who was meant to, well, you felt that Chelsea would have imagined that the script would have been there today for Caicedo to be the hero. But actually, no, that's not what happened. He just caught Emerson, because Emerson just managed to nick the ball just past him, won a penalty. Now, at this point, I'm giving it. I was sort of jumping up and down a little bit as well as I was. As well, my son already looks. My son had his phone, so he obviously knew what was going on because we were a little bit behind. He's sort of looking at me, waiting for my reaction. Because I said, I wonder who's going to take the penalty. And he gave me a funny look. Well, it hadn't really even occurred to me. And then, as it unfolded, Paqueta goes and takes that penalty. Now that. I'm going to say it, young children, put your fingers in your ears there, right? That took bollocks, big old Brazilian bollocks, right? It really did. To do that with the pressure that he has been under, I thought it was magnificent. I really did. And it was so fitting and so apt that he would finish the game and just take the complete sting out of it. I think it was I think the foul happened in the 93rd minute. By the time he's taken a penalty, it must be nearly the 95th minute. It was 96 minutes were due to play once you've taken injury time into account. It was just marvellous. It was absolutely magnificent. I think I'm so thrilled, absolutely thrilled with what we've seen there from the team, with what we've seen from Lucas Paqueta. So many individual things happened with that game. We were never going to get them all covered in this. There's just so much to go through, but just a few things I'd sort of like to pick through on that one. Aguerd, Knife Aguerd. Knife Aguerd was he was about to notch up. This is with the just with a big incidents here, really. Aguerd was about to notch up a I thought an impeccable centre half's performance. Their forward Jackson was so good, so fast, so incisive, as was Raheem Sterling, that I actually thought to myself, it's going to be impossible to deal with them. And actually, Aguerd dealt with both of them really, really well. To such an extent that in the end, Jackson got bored, and he well, not bored. He got so frustrated with him, he went and thought, "I'll have a go at Zuma," and it sort of worked as well. You know, he skipped past Zuma in the build up to Chelsea's opening. Hey, I was going to say Chelsea's opening goal, Chelsea's only bloody goal. He skipped past and just did an absolutely did a bit of a job on Zuma. But the only reason he was over there was because Aguerd was doing such a number on him. Some of Aguerd's tackling, his heading, it was just impeccable. And then you add into the fact that what Aguerd had was the opening goal for West Ham from a James Ward-Prowse corner. That was James Ward-Prowse's second corner, by the way, and it was amazing. It really was. So the first corner was dangerous. I'll deal with James Ward-Prowse later in another video. There's too much to get through in here right now. I just want to sort of deal with Aguerd at this present moment in time. But so he'd already scored from a really good James Ward-Prowse corner. Yes, he's as good as at corners as we suspected he might be. 2 assists for Ward-Prowse today, by the way, just in case you didn't know. And so Aguerd was just going for. He had to be a contender for man of the match today. Then he's already on a card, and the referee's booking everyone anyway, right? He does this ridiculously stupid tackle. And I had to say all the good stuff before because I don't want to sound like I'm just slagging Aguerd off. He probably would have been my man of the match. I thought it was an impeccable centre half's performance. The sort of performance that you say, hey. Look, if you put another centre half in, Mr. Moyes, it ain't me that's going to go down to the bench. It's going to be somebody else. And even after he'd scored the goal and he'd seen off Jackson and he'd done all of that stuff, there was a wonderful sliding tackle in the box to intercept Sterling. He was there. Honestly, you couldn't get. He was at the pinnacle. He was at peak world-class centre-back at that particular point. But as he has a capacity to do, Aguerd can go from the brilliant to the ridiculous. And it was so stupid. He did this ridiculous slide tackle. There was really no need to do it. And got himself sent off. And all on it, it was his second. Was it second? Whatever. Do you know what? He was already yellow carded. It was studs showing, and it was studs into the shin. You couldn't really have argued too much had that have been given as a straight red. And the point is, I only tell this tale of Aguerd to try and tell you how much back to the wall stuff was needed. It was 73, 74 minutes when that happened, and we were down to 10 men. And do you know what? I think it actually suited David Moyes. I think it actually suited West Ham. We were willing to sit back, and we're willing to sit back anyway, but we really, really sat back, and they didn't have an answer. Ogbonna came on, he's headering it clear. Souček had been awful at the start of the game. Bloody awful, by the way, right? We conceded a penalty as well, which Areola saved. I mean, there's so many incidents. I'm forgetting the number of incidents here, right? Areola saved that. Unbelievable, by the way. But we had 10 men. Down to 10 men, wave after wave and attack, which didn't really threaten us too much. And I just thought it was a miraculous performance from everybody. Souček really started to go into it, started doing some clearing headers, some great tackles and everything. Ed Alvarez came on. Fornals came on, was immediately into it. He almost scored, by the way. And you got towards the end of the game, and there was just this drama building up because I've even spoken about Antonio's goal. So much happened. Antonio's goal, another assist from James Ward-Prowse. Lovely on the chest for Antonio. Strength, power, bang, low, hard shot into the bottom corner. It was beautiful, lone centre forward striker play. And he spent a lot of the game defending Antonio. A miraculous performance from him, actually, in terms of, what he did for the team. He ran himself ragged. And what can I say? I just thought it was an outstanding bit of drama at the end with us 2-1 up, clinging on, down to 10 men. David Moyes made substitutions. Let's be absolutely fair. How many times we criticise? So I say we, I'm talking about me. How many times do I sit here and I criticise David Moyes' substitutions? No. I tell you what, he got them bang on. Ogbonna, that was the right move. Fornals, that was the right move. Edson Alvarez came on, the right move. It was really. I mean, Alvarez. Did we see much of him? No, but I tell you what, he made a pivotal, crucial interception. And you know what? They all add up, didn't they? All those crucial interceptions, and many of them made them. They all add up, and they all add up to the win. And quite preposterously, there we are in sixth in the league. It doesn't matter. It's early doors in the league, but I think there were some people who said first two games 3 points. Some people said 4 points. I think we quite expected a miss way, though, did we? Really, 1 point against Bournemouth and then 3 points against Chelsea. I'm certain it might have been the other way around. We got a good record against Chelsea, of course. I was just wondering where the goals were going to come from. Well, I'll tell you what, we got our answer today. We really did get our answer, and it was what we thought. It was set pieces and counter attack. If it was ever going to be done, that was how it was going to do it. But you know what? And as far as David Moyes is concerned, he would have loved what he saw today. And you'll have to excuse me, I sort of flushed down there. I didn't see too much at the end, but you just saw the utter relief at the end, and you know, a little, you know, so. I was really, really pleased when I saw Paqueta collapse to the floor at the end, and what must have been, you know, just a hugely emotional night after, whatever, you know what I mean? Emotional few days for Lucas Paqueta, and for him to pull out a performance like that is absolutely remarkable. I'm thrilled. Well, we're all thrilled, aren't we, as West Ham fans for that. You know, I'm sure they'll do well, Chelsea. I am sure they'll do well. They look to be a decent team, but don't look too bad, really. Doesn't look too bad now, does it? Let's be fair. Liverpool went to their place and got a draw with them. That's you know, that's not a great start to the season for Chelsea. Anyway, it's their bloody problem, isn't it? But some wonderful performances today from a load of West Ham players. I'm going to skedaddle now. I'll be back later on in the forum channel, probably to talk about James Ward-Prowse and a little bit of David Moyes stuff, as well as, you know, some Michail Antonio needs some discussing as well. There's absolutely no doubt about that. If you're wondering why I haven't mentioned Jarrod Bowen, he spent most of the game defending. You know, one for the team. They were horrendous down that side. They had two players attacking down that side the whole time, Chelsea, and when two wasn't enough, they sent Levi Colwell down there as well. They had three players down that side. Poor old Bowen and Soufal had a torrid afternoon, but for all their pressure, for everything, you know, they had a penalty as well, for all of that stuff. Chelsea only scored one goal. West Ham scored three. That's what it's all about. Absolutely thrilled. Enjoy what's left of your weekend, and yeah, pretty damn. This is good. This is the good stuff now, right? Because West Ham are now in a position where we've accrued early points in the Premier League, and we still have signings to make in the transfer window. So I mean, it's just going to look really, really good. I'm absolutely buzzing. I'll catch you later.